just want the microphone. Morning. I just want the microphone. Morning. Take the mask off your face and look at me face to face. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This world is getting so cold. I wanna keep running like a soldier. Somebody must have touched my soul, 'cause there ain't no stopping till it's over. I wanna get up out my chair, 'cause everybody's getting so lazy. Don't want nobody touch my hair, 'cause a lot of sisters acting too crazy. And them not tough like this, rough like this, and them not nice like this. Some can't take it when you talk true sense. Rather hear the words that glorify nonsense. Yes, and I got my brains, and I'm pretty like my mama. I don't wanna pick your brains, I just want the microphone. Take the mask off your face and look at me face to face. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I wanna share my love, but it's gotta be with someone who's precious. You're never gonna get my love, accepting that you're real precious. You're never gonna cramp my style, baby, 'cause I get a lot of pleasure. And if you wanna test my style, you better have a whole lot of measure, 'cause I'm a rock back chick, never tag along the never look back chick. Trendy, a little crazy, intelligently singing rock back chick. No sticks, no stones, or any kind of weapon don't belong here. I don't wanna break no bones, I just want a microphone. Take the mask off your face and look at me face to face. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. 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 I just want the microphone. Morning. I just want the microphone. Morning. Take the mask off your face and look at me face to face. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This world is getting so cold. I wanna keep running like a soldier. Somebody must have touched my soul, 'cause there ain't no stopping till it's over. I wanna get up out my chair, 'cause everybody's getting so lazy. Don't want nobody touch my hair, 'cause a lot of sisters acting too crazy. And them not tough like this, rough like this, and them not nice like this. Some can't take it when you talk true sense. Rather hear the words that glorify nonsense. Yes, and I got my brains, and I'm pretty like my mama. I don't wanna wanna pick your brains. I just want the microphone. Take the mask off your face and look at me face to face. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I wanna share my love, but it's gotta be with someone who's precious. You're never gonna get my love, accepting that you're real precious. You're never gonna cramp my style, baby, cause I get a lot of pleasure. And if you wanna test my style, you better have a whole lot of measure. Cause I'm a rock back chick, never tag along the never look back chick. Trendy, a little crazy, intelligently singing rock back chick. No sticks, no stones, or any kind of weapon don't belong here. I don't wanna break no bones, I just want a microphone. Take the mask off your face and look at me face to face. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, 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 good morning. Want a microphone, morning. I just want a microphone, morning. Take the mask off your face and look at me face to face. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This world is getting so cold, I wanna keep running like a soldier. Somebody must have touched my soul, cause there ain't no stopping till it's over. I wanna get up out my
Good
chair.
morning, viewers. It's 7 a.m. and this is the Tobago Updates morning show coming to you live from the Port Mall in Scarborough. As we continue to give God thanks for life, I am Julian Skeet.
And I am Rhea Richardson George, and this is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. Good morning, Tobago. Good morning, Trinidad. Those of you in the Caribbean and those of you viewing us on the live. Good morning, Julian Skeet. Good morning. It's Thursday.
Good morning, Rhea. This is the point where I pause for a cause, Rhea. I pause for a cause. Y'all make sure you get that shot zoned in on me. I pause for a cause this morning. The cause is 639-5148. Checkpoint. My shirt this morning, courtesy at Checkpoint, Upper Main Street, Scarborough. And I want to say thanks to Checkpoint for joining our sponsorship lineup here, Rhea, at the Tobago Updates family. And we want to indicate, we continue to advise all others to come on board with us. We are here to support Tobago. We are here to support all things Tobago, in promoting Tobago to Trinidad, to the region, and in fact the world at large.
Definitely. And as you mentioned, Checkpoint, you need to visit the hair sanctuary, and this is for ladies and men because they've got stuff for your hair as well. Treatments for your hair, products. Check them out at the Port Mall. All right, so hair sanctuary, saying thank you as well to Her Perfection and Mateo's.
Yes.
One of our number one. These are some of our number one supporters.
And I saw Kiana yesterday in Scarborough Jones. I almost called her to her perfection, but I stuck to Kiana. All right, so morning out there to Kiana Jones of To Her Perfection. Continued support with Tobago updates. Really, so much things happening, so little time.
I tell you.
I want to make it very clear. There was an island-wide power outage in Trinidad yesterday. There wasn't a nationwide power outage in Trinidad and Tobago. I just want to make it clear for our viewers. And from all indications that happened just after midday yesterday to our colleagues there in Trinidad. And my understanding is that the process is ongoing in terms of most of Trinidad is back up at the moment. And we're really trusting that, over time going into the course of today, that all areas of Trinidad may be back in a position with electricity. Many of my friends and colleagues that I spoke to across the night last night, we had a lot of fun saying that, wow, imagine Tobago has and you all don't. But you know what I mean?
I tell you, I even saw a post where a person said that Dr. Rowley paid the bill to TN in Trinidad. No, didn't pay the bill. That's why there was an outage. But Farley paid the bill in Tobago.
All right. Putting a little humor to a very serious situation so persons don't stress themselves out accordingly. But I'm sure that we are all able to go back to basics. Ria, we also want to make an announcement this morning. Goodwood High School, and that's a release coming out from the Division of Education, Research and Technology. Yes. Goodwood High School is closed, suspended from today. That's face-to-face classes. Face-to-face classes at Goodwood High. So I suspect they would make arrangements to continue online. See why it's so important for this online platform to continue working.
That's right.
All right, it's suspended from Thursday the 17th of February 2022. And that's just to address, no, it's not sanitization, no, it's not COVID. It's to address and to facilitate some urgent plumbing repairs that has to happen at the school. So think of it as your very own home. You really can't give advance notice when it happens immediately. You have to call your supervisor same time and say, well, I can't come in today. I will matter at home and I'm waiting on the workmen. All right? So Goodwood High School face-to-face classes, they're dealing with some urgent plumbing repairs at Goodwood High today. All right? So we're just sending out that immediate release on behalf of the Division of Education, Research and Technology. Ria?
All right. Should we go over to birthdays?
Straight into birthdays.
So celebrating a birthday today, we've got Cheryl Salandi celebrating her birthday. Happy birthday going out to you, Cheryl Salandi. No, that's not them yet. Save that one. Save that one. That one is coming up.
That's Cheryl Salandi up on that end in Signal Hill, the wife of Kurt Salandi.
That's right.
All right, nice. So hi, good morning to you and happy
birthday. Definitely. Now we can, do you have any other birthdays?
Yes, and this morning I also wanted to send out birthday shout outs to Makeda Melville. All right, Makeda, we trust that you have an enjoyable day today and happy birthday from the Tobago Updates family.
All right. Now we can jump over to some anniversaries because I've got a very special anniversary today, and that's going out. So yes, you can run that. You can run the picture now. Andre Alexander and Giselle Alexander. Happy anniversary going out to you guys. Giselle, I remembered a whole day in advance, and I put things in place to ensure that I was able to send you out a nice greeting. So happy anniversary going out to you, some really good friends of ours. Thank you so much. Have a really great day, and here's to long life and long, happy years to come.
All right, Ria, and I just wanted to add in, just before we wrap this segment, two other quick birthdays. Maria Habib, my classmate out of Scarborough Secondary, wishing you a happy birthday today, Maria Habib. And also to Delisa Ann Dumas, that's my colleague out of UWI. In those UWI days, we want to wish you a happy birthday coming from the Tobago Updates family. All right, folks, we want to just remind you at this point to connect with us here at Tobago Updates. We thank those of you for joining us via TV, Gael the channel, M&E TV, those joining us online at TobagoUpdates.com, as well as via YouTube, which those of you who have subscribed to our Tobago Updates, those joining us via Smash Radio, and those of you on the live with us at Facebook, remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Good morning, morning, good morning, morning. Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products
services that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Are you looking for that all-in-one shopping experience? Then look no more. Visit Lamb's Best Mart for your grocery items, fruits and vegetables, drinks, home items, stationery, gift items, hampers, shopping gift cards, toiletries, small hardware items, and much more. We provide order and pickup service, even delivery to your door. We are your friendly community supermarket. Check us out today at Lamb's Best Mart, located at 22 Daniel Trace, Canby, or visit us on social media at Lamb's Best Mart.
Let's go!
Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning.
Good morning, viewers. It's 7:11 a.m. this morning, and this is the Tobago Updates morning show coming to you live here from the Port Mall in Scarborough. In this segment, we are chatting. Some know him in the politics. Some know this gentleman in business. But this morning, we're chatting on aspects of health, whether by virtue of personal experiences and or having given some service in the health sector. Yes, folks, it's Max James on with us this morning, former TRHA board member. So this morning he's not here in his capacity as a former member of the assembly, but rather as former TRHA board member. Morning to you, sir.
Morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good.
So one of the things that the area that we're looking at this morning is we're speaking to cardiac health and the treatment in Tobago. Because we have had a situation where in Tobago, and in fact even beyond the Tobago space, we are finding that health issues are becoming something that's naturally more outstanding and more in focus as a result of the pandemic which we are now facing as a world in battling with COVID-19. Give us a sense, let's start off in the first instance of understanding the connection with cardiac health and treatment specific to Tobago based on your prior experience.
Well, thank you for inviting me. Well, I was a board member of the TRHA between, in the period 2014 to 16 thereabouts. And one of our most important accomplishments was the establishment of the cath lab in Tobago. But the background to that quickly, because we don't have much time this morning. Tim Gopi Singh, a minister under the Kamala regime, would have traveled to Tobago, and they appeared before the Joint Select Committee of Parliament. And when he testified, it was like he was really scared to have a heart attack in Tobago. You know, high officials usually come to Tobago, and their health is very important to them. So it took that kind of situation to cause the government of Trinidad and Tobago to look at health issues, particularly heart issues, cardiac issues. A heart attack can kill you at any time. But I also have a vested interest in the matter because I had severe heart disease. The right side of my heart was completely closed off. I was just walking and felt dizzy, and I went up to the hospital. Long story short, I had 2 angiograms, and then I was placed on the board, not because of that, and then the board, under the authority of Claudia Groom-Duke, a very effective secretary, because she really pushed to have the cath lab, established in Tobago. So the Minister of Health at the time under Kamala, under the Kamala Bissessor regime, Ford Khan, it was agreed that the cath lab would be established in Tobago at the hospital. That is where they have the intensive care unit for the COVID patients and so forth.
So I just want to make sure we clarify. So this unit would have been established under the former Health Secretary, Claudia Groom-Duke, in her time.
That's correct.
Right.
Right, and so it was a significant accomplishment. In fact, over the period, there were about 98 persons who would have received cardiac interventions, heart care interventions in Tobago. Right, I had 2 angiograms, but in Trinidad, West Shore and St. Clair. So that what would have triggered all of that, apart from Tim Gubson's experience, we were sending people down to Trinidad like myself, and there was no guarantee of a bed. All right? We had no interventional facilities here in Trinidad, and there was no many times Mount Hope will say, we don't have any space, we can't accommodate it, so send the patients to St. Clair and West Shore, as the case may be. Right? And there was no guarantee of any interventional procedure done on the patient, even though you send the patient to Trinidad. So therefore, it was important that Tobago have its own facilities. So
it was the case that we have the expertise here in terms of personnel,
well,
we would have engaged an entity to facilitate the operations of the cath lab.
Right. So let me just say something in terms of the cost. It was established for about $40 million. And the contractor was China Railway, and Udicott was the project manager. So that what the board set out to do under the secretary was to really have people trained. So we had trained nurses, and we had the provider, in this case, Carbon Heart Care. Carbon Heart Care was from a number of, came from a number of proposals. And when the board examined the proposals, it was found that Carbon Health Care had the best solutions for heart care, or in that sense, health care in Tobago.
To be able to provide that support. Yes. Was there also a monthly, I know you mentioned the cost to set up, in terms of what would have been a monthly retainer under the circumstances then in order for them to operate and maintain the labs?
Well, proposals were submitted. And of course, the decision went in favor of Carbon Heart Care. So they were going to provide all of the heart care interventions in Tobago. And of course, they would have having been a reputable firm, even throughout the Caribbean, being a very reputable firm in respect of heart care, they started to operate. Executive Council would have agreed, and they came and they started. When the board's term expired, under the secretary, well, the new secretary came in after the...
Which one is that? That would be
Secretary... Agatha Carrington.
Right, Secretary Carrington.
That whole institution was dismantled.
But is it a case, and question, is it a case where I know very oftentimes it's said, we have certain, you know, in the medical field and sector, I'm not a medical expert, but you always hear the discussion about whether or not there is sufficient cases, so to speak, or individuals needing a particular service given our 60,000 or so population to be able to engage full-time an entity of that nature, or whether it is something that can be supported. I mean, when you're in a crisis situation, you want the service anyway, but I know sometimes that's a discussion in healthcare. Was that part of the case why it may have been?
Well, I don't think so, because you had 98 persons getting that intervention in respect of heart disease. And therefore, I cannot, to say, well, we don't have enough people, is not a good argument for me to say, to agree to, that you don't need that kind of intervention. It because a heart attack could take the chief secretary, or God forbid, and the health secretary, God forbid, or anybody, correct, because you're about saving lives. And we could die in the next second here because of heart disease. So that I prefer not to get into the whole discussion that is a wasted argument over the years. It's an oxymoron. You can't tell me that you have a population of 60,000 people and somebody will say, well, it's because your population is so small. We can't put this in Tobago, we can't put this in Tobago. Healthcare is to everyone, and if Tobago were governed by itself, it's just to say that we can't have that kind of a thing by itself or in Tobago. So I don't think it's a valid argument if anybody wishes to push that. Anything that we could have in Tobago to deal with healthcare and any other important matter, we should have it. All right?
Before our time runs out, I wanted to touch on, since the tenure as you are communicating of the former Secretary Carrington, where it would not have been operating to present, what are your concerns, or what has the impact been in the Tobago space?
Well, there's a significant cost to transport people to Trinidad. The helicopter services range between $120,000, and that's just for the transportation alone. And then you have the interventions coming after that. So it's very costly to transfer and to transport people to Trinidad for something that we have already established. So that I don't know why secretaries behave that way. I don't know, as Orville London used to say, it's a good piece of Tobago bad mind, right? You know, we could disagree vehemently. We could disagree professionally. We could disagree on anything. But where are you going to interfere with an institution that that's been set up to treat with heart disease? That's a different thing. All right? And so no valid reason has been given, or was given, in respect of why that fell down under Agatha Carrington and under the board led by Ingrid Melville over that particular period.
Well, if we didn't get it from Secretary Agatha Carrington, I most certainly don't think we're going to get it from Dr. Faith, Secretary Dr. Faith at this point, especially if we didn't get an explanation either from Secretary Tracy Davidson Celestine. The question would be, going forward, what would be your recommendation? You know, having had that experience and making the comparison between, in a time where you went through it personally, you had the responsibility at the level of policy in terms of the TRHA at a point and made certain determinations, and now continuing to operate in the society where we are seeking to advance our health care.
It's strange how decisions are made in Tobago, eh? As I said, apart from the bad mind thing. But there are millions of dollars of equipment for heart disease, heart disease and care and intervention sitting idle at the hospital. You are going to face with a tremendous amount of cost to bring those pieces of equipment back up to good functioning capability.
Also, we have the equipment,
equipment is here still. Yeah, so the equipment is here, the space is there, is the intensive care is there, replacing it or operating side by side where the equipment is located. So that what needs to be done is to have the equipment back up to scale. In fact, our trained doctors and trained nurses have been recruited by the United States. So we have nobody. We have to deal with cardiac care interventions in Tobago. So what is likely to happen is that we'll have to start from scratch again. We'll have to go and train nurses and doctors again and bring back the healthcare provider, perhaps even at a greater cost, because of bad-mindedness and because of pure stupidity. I can't see how anyone could develop a policy like that, or withdraw or dismantle a policy like that, that deals with our significant area for healthcare, which is heart disease.
So is it
Right.
that some would,
Yeah.
is it that some would say that it's probably working the way that it is because it's, you know, we oftentimes hear the issue that it's designed to benefit somebody who can afford the services in the first place. So it's probably set up in that manner where whether or not, you know, you have it in Tobago or you don't, they will not be affected by it.
Well, let me say this. I've said it before on this kind of a medium, with this kind of a medium. There are many doctors in Tobago. They send their patients up to Calder Hall. There are people who even appear before the Joint Select Committee who are doing operations at Calder Hall because they have a vested interest in Calder Hall. Let's face it. That's what happens. So they're really interested in the public system. They're more or less more concerned about enriching themselves elsewhere. In fact, even when I had my problems, heart disease problems, a particular doctor said, listen, why don't you go to Calder Hall? I said, why you want me to go to Calder Hall? And we have the public system here. He said, okay, Mr. James, let's forget that. Don't even think that don't even remember that I said that to you. I mean, I remain friends with him, right? But I never revealed it. I wouldn't reveal his name either. But the point I'm making, there's a system, there's a cabal in Tobago and elsewhere too, where they mafia the public systems, and then you have to go to the private systems where a lot of money is being paid. So the President Secretary will have a hands full in dealing with that kind of mafia because it happens. I mean, I may have to see a doctor or two, but whether they want to deal with me, but that is the truth.
Those are pretty strong allegations. But
I ain't calling any name, but I'm just saying that is what happens, and we need to fix it. The public systems need to work properly and work efficiently and work effectively. And persons should not do any kind of act to dismantle and to make inefficient the public system. That is what we are faced with. And anytime something happens in Tobago that they're not pleased with, they go discredit it.
Thank you very much.
So we are facing a catastrophe in Tobago, and I hope the President Secretary of Health could deal with it.
We're forced to leave it there this morning, and you know, very interesting position there by Max James, and some would say, does it become an ethical issue? Where it is doctors working in the public system have private practice, people working as teachers, they have private classes on an evening, and the list can go on in the context of our economy and our space. But thank you very much for the perspective shared with us this morning. Max James, former member of the TRHA, speaking to us on cardiac health and treatment in Tobago, what has happened then and where we are at this point. Viewers, we want to thank you for the continued support. We want to remind you to stay tuned. We return in the next segment with Watson Duke. In this time around, our Deputy Chief Secretary Assemblyman for Roxborough Argyll. And in this interview, he'll be speaking to us in his capacity as President of the Tobago East Chamber of Commerce. So we invite you to stay tuned, stay focused, share the live, share the live, share the live.
Are you looking for that all-in-one shopping experience? Then look no more. Visit Lamb's Best Mart for your grocery items, fruits and vegetables, drinks, home items, stationery, gift items, hampers, shopping gift cards, toiletries, small hardware items, and much more. We provide order and pickup service, even delivery to your door. We are your friendly community supermarket. Check us out today at Lamb's Best Mart, located at 22 Daniel Trace, Canby, or visit us on social media at Lamb's Best Mart.
The Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development is inviting all stakeholders to participate in virtual public consultations on the redevelopment of Scarborough this February and March. Join the lead architect and other experts in discussions on Wednesday the 23rd of February and Wednesday the 2nd and 9th of March from 5 to 7 p.m. Register for the Zoom platform via Facebook at spc.tgo or DIQUD Works. Call or WhatsApp 73-WORKS or 739-6757. Stay tuned to our Facebook pages and the media for details on live streaming. These consultations are powered in part by B-Mobile. Life is on.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
I want to meet with you to share my personal testimony and other local testimonies. Call me now, Juliet Roberts, at 341-0715. The number again is 341-0715. God bless you.
Coconut Cafe.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, viewers. It's 7:30 a.m. and welcome back to the Tobago Updates Morning Show, coming to you live here from the Port Mall in Scarborough. Just before we head into this other segment, we want to send out birthday shout-outs from Sean Roberts, going out to his mom, Joycelyn Roberts, this morning. So we want to wish Joycelyn Roberts a very happy birthday coming from your son and the entire Tobago Updates family. All right, certainly this morning. And Ria, just very quickly, I wanted to mention, we were out of time in the opening segment. Folks, I want to take this opportunity to really commend our young persons yesterday. Youth Wednesday are coming to you here only on Tobago Updates. Many Speak Youth, we actually show you that we are prepared to give you that opportunity. And I saw a number of persons having a preference necessarily for who will conduct the interview. I want to make it very clear to you folks. Yeah. Anybody that knows Julian Skeet knows that, especially in the context of what I do here at Tobago Updates, I do not compete with our young people. We work with them to make them stronger and better. And the reason why we are even here today is because someone believed in us. So I want us to support our young people in their efforts as they go forward. And anyone would know, if you want to blame anybody out of that interview, the politician is the adult. Blame them, not our young people. Don't worry. Blame them, not our young people at all. And we want you to continue to encourage them, just as you show us the love and support here, because we're one family here at the Tobago Updates Morning Show. All right?
Definitely. Dwayne and Aliyah, good job yesterday, as always.
All right. So at this point, Ria, we are heading into an interview. Some know him as the man when you reach on the airport and there's issues. He could be in the best and most expensive suit. He's sitting down on the ground with you. Some know him as the man that has advocated over time, even when nobody believed he was standing out there. We have with us this morning, and we have to change the voice now to go into the official capacity, Deputy Chief Secretary and Assemblyman for Roxborough Argyle, the man himself, Assemblyman Watson Duke. Good morning to you, sir.
Hey, good morning.
He had to remove his glasses for that one. Good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning. It's good to be here. It's good to be here. Ria, it's good to be here too, Ria. It's good to see you here again.
Thank you. Always good to see you.
So before we even go into the chamber, speaking about, in terms of the East Chamber of Commerce, we have the opportunity to have you on this morning, and we have to ask you, the first 30 seconds or so, how has embracing this new responsibility as Deputy Chief Secretary been for you?
Very good, very good. I support Farley Shabazz Augustine completely and resolutely. I think he's a fine young man. I think he's the best person to lead Tobago at this point in time, and I think that he's doing a fantastic job. My colleagues are wonderful to work with. They are innovative, they are creative, same thing. But more than that, they're passionate and committed to Tobago people and making it right. So I'm very happy.
All right, now we're hearing conversations here, Mr. Duke, and again, always a pleasure to have you on the program. Conversations about a Tobago East Chamber. Wouldn't that rather compete with the already existing Chamber of Commerce operating for Tobago?
No, there are two separate things. They're based on my understanding of it. I've not researched it extensively, so I can't say I'm an authority on the subject. But there is one in Tobago Chamber of Commerce, that is, which is headed by a number of people, but they're big business people, official business people, persons with registered business, paying taxes, etc. That's good. And then there is one that is run by one person alone, um, and then there is none that represents the small businessman who wants to become medium size and the medium sized businessman who want to become full size, especially those in the rural area. Remember, Tobago East is a very large geographical space. It spans from Dwight York Stadium, come all the way up to Shallotville on both sides of the island, if I'm to be clear with that. And that would leave out thousands of small businesses, from the person who will plait here for business, make sugar cake and fudge, to the person who will run a mini mart, to the person who is just um, cutting yard for daily living. All of them engage in business, selling their services, selling a product for money. And those persons must be protected by the collective. They must be protected from the abuse of government, as no one in the whole of Trinidad and Tobago seems to want to represent these people. In the east side, which is Tobago East, there are not much millionaires, except they are P&M operatives. There are not much millionaires. And so we want to create a culture where young people becomes aspirants in becoming business people. And so therefore employing more persons as their business becomes successful. I hope I gave you a mouthful.
How do you see this benefiting? And I like the fact that you speak to this organization, if I understood you correctly, gives an opportunity even for persons who do not have all the formal registration in place or maybe in process to have their business registered. But what would you say is one of the main objectives that you intend to come out of this Tobago East Chamber of Commerce?
Well, lobbying. A chamber of commerce is a big lobby group that's too powerful to ignore. They will lobby on government legislation. For instance, taxation in Tobago should be far different from Trinidad. Should be one that is unique to our economic development and our cultural development. So, and even our social development, the way people spend money in Tobago is different. The amount of money that is made during the night season in Trinidad is different from the money being made by business people in the night season. So they have to look at that, and Tobago must be in a position where the businessmen depoliticize the issues and make them about business and the community. And that is the principal work of our Chamber of Commerce, to pursue the interests and welfare of its membership. Too oftentimes they pursue the business interests alone. But now we are returning the Chamber of Commerce in Tobago East to its mooring, where it represents small business that even in the embryonic stage, the person who's making sugar cake, Benny balls, fudge, mango, they have a business. And they too are affected by what goes on in the rest of society, and they depend upon that. We become a voice for them. We become a voice for lobbying and saying more development should take place in Tobago East. And the development that is taking place should benefit all businesses as much as possible. They will be able to affect policies in Tobago and laws in Trinidad by making bold statements and, if need be, taking collective action. I think it's a forward move for Tobago East, and I want to congratulate the persons who came out on last Tuesday evening at the Roxborough Administrative Complex where for the first time I've seen the business people spanning the Roxborough and environs, Alaford, Argyle, Belgarden, even as far back as Goodwood area. They came out and they really put their voices to true meaning of what is called patriotic. They were patriots and that. They say, no, no more will we speak as individuals. We will speak as a collective. There are approximately over 500 small businesses in Tobago East. Over 500 small businesses.
Conversation with you a few years ago about your desire to return business, to revive the economy in Tobago East, particularly Roxborough. That's where your heart was. Now, I was privy to some of what you spoke on a few evenings ago at the Roxborough complex. You made mention here of an airport at Louisdor East. You made mention as well of agricultural universities. You made mention of 2,000 homes within the 4-year span of your tenure. Give us an idea this morning, please. This seems like a lot. From what we heard from you, this seems like a lot. Isn't this wishful thinking?
For the average man who have not exercised his mind beyond a soap opera or a simple conversation, it's too much, because his mind cannot grapple with serious issues and issues to improve the lot of our society. But for persons who are hungering and thirsting for development, it's just enough to start the role of development. Dubai would have been developed as it is right now in a space of just over 10 years. Singapore would have developed in a space of 20 years. There are countries, Brazil was almost to the point of being broke, and Brazil is now a growing economy. India, around the world, China. You have to start building economy by making bold moves. And this is what Tobago needs right now. Tobago does not need any little move in the dark, any sleight of hand. We don't need to move in increments. We need to move in leaps and bounds. And so our plans for development is on steroids. I must admit that to you. And there is an adrenaline rush in the feverish spirit of our people that makes you understand from the look of their face, from the sight of their eyes, that they mean business. They're not into games right now with nobody. And with people behind leaders, anything is possible. I guarantee you. Judge me at the end of the 4 years. Not because we have the money from central government, but because we are going to find the money. And that's the role of government. Not to limit the people vision based on the mattress that they sleep on. Saying, well, look, based on where you sleep, you can't get a big dream. No. I remember the Bible spoke of Jacob, where he ran away from a very criminal situation and he found stone to sleep on. A rock stone was his pillow. And then he got a beautiful dream of angels ascending and descending and say, hey, this place, as bad as it seems, is the house of God. And I tell you, as bad as the East seems, as undeveloped as it seems, as unproductive as it may seem, I will let you know Tobago East will become the mecca of industrialization in Tobago. And we are going to make it that.
On the ground that there is a link between the PDP and the UNC. How do you respond to that?
You have just insulted me, and I feel as ending this interview, I will not speak to that. Do not call PDP and UNC name in the same sentence. All right? Why not call Rowley and all type of different things in the same sentence? Why don't call PNM and thief and mafia in the same sentence? Why are you all trying to abuse the PDP repeatedly? I'm not with that. If you want me off the interview, tell me I've overspent my time. But do not cross the PDP and the UNC.
Mr. You're just asking the question that is on the ground.
Let's probably...
I'm not answering that question. The people of Tobago have spoken.
Okay.
They have voted for PDP, not PDP and UNC. You need to respect political organizations' right to individual thought. Why are you linking us? Why? That
Mr.
stupidness needs to end.
As we wrap this morning's interview, I want to have a follow-up to what Rhea just asked. As Deputy Chief Secretary, given some of the areas of responsibilities defined as it relates to autonomy, are you prepared to work with any and every political entity in Trinidad, particularly in the Parliament, to ensure we gain autonomy?
Well, let's put it this way. We are willing to work with all MPs They are members of parliament, and it is through the members of parliament issues are raised, issues are prosecuted or pursued, and issues are defended. And there may be time you may need to pursue some things, a time you may need to defend something, and the only way you could get your voice in the parliament is through the MPs, whether it be the MPs from Tobago East or Siparia or Point Fortin or Port of Spain. That's the means we have to use. We have nothing else, and we will use those means insofar as it benefits us, the Tobago people, in the pursuit of our goals.
Thank you very much this
so much.
morning. We're just out of time, but thank you
Thank
very
you
much
very
for
much.
joining
Thank you
us.
very much.
And I want to note, we look forward to having you in studio by the time we have our next interview. All right, thank you very much there again to Watson Duke, Deputy Chief Secretary and Assemblyman for Roxborough Argyle. Viewers, in this follow-up segment, the next segment coming up, we go to Candice Jackson, and you know it's usual that Candice will be on the outside. This morning she's chatting with Jared Stewart, President of the Tobago Drifters Association. You may see Candice's head hanging out of cars. It's going around this piece. Candice, over to you.
Good morning, Julian. Good morning, Tobago. Of course, good morning, Ria as well, and the rest of the world by extension. I am Kat Jackson, coming to you live from Bacalet Parade Grounds. Well, you're wondering what I'm doing here. As Julian said, we're here to talk about drifting. Because, of course, drifting is a growing sport in Tobago. The community is still pretty small, but we are going to introduce you to it. So first of all, let me introduce you to Mr. Jared Stewart, the head of the Tobago Drifters Association. Good morning to you, Mr. Stewart.
Hi, good morning, Candice. And how are you?
All right, I'm good. Tell me, first of all, a little bit about the Tobago Drifters Association and what do you guys do?
All right, the Tobago Drifters Association, it's a newly upcoming group that we just started. What we are trying to do is take all the mayhem and the madness off the street. So we're trying to create some structure with it, because you know when everybody hear about drifting, they think wildness, they think
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, Fast and Furious. So we're just trying to put some structure to it.
Okay, great. And of course, we're here at the parade grounds, which was an area that was given to you guys recently. So tell me a little bit about that and how did that come into being?
Well, by extension, because we fall under a subgroup under the TMA, Tobago Motor Association. So they have been putting things into play for quite some time. And recently, the Office of the Chief Sec, they granted us permission. Also want to tell them thanks for the opportunity, the great opportunities that we can be able to evolve on this skill. So this is how we are here now. We have some place that we can call home temporarily.
Okay, and I know you guys have a few, you don't have all the time to be able to, it's not a free range for here. There are specific times that are allotted for you guys to use here. What are those times?
It's Saturday and Sunday. Well, apart from the drift, there are other motorsport disciplines. There's the karting, there's the drag and wine. So we are allowed Saturday and Sunday between the hours of 12 to 6 p.m.
And can people come and view it?
Yes, they can. The only thing, they won't be allowed down on the grounds itself. All spectators will have to stay up on top.
Okay. So what's it been like, you know, getting that going and having this space to use? How has that been growing the association and growing the interest in sports?
Well, it has been like a dream come true. This is something that we have been pursuing for some time. It is really a good feeling to have this opportunity to come out here and just have fun.
All right. And now, viewers, he is actually going to give me a demonstration of drifting. And of course, before we get started, get into the car, well, I have to give you a disclaimer and say, of course, this is only professionals should be doing something like this, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. So, Jared, are you ready to give me a test run, a test drift?
Born ready.
All right, folks. And of course, safety is always important. So as you see, we have the helmets here. So we're going to be doning the helmets and doning the seat belts and so on. So just give me a second while I get safetied up.
Put a smile on your face.
Yep.
I just want the microphone. Morning. I just want the microphone. Morning. Take the mask off your face and look at me face to face. Morning.
Oh my goodness.
Morning. With a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This world is getting so cold. I wanna keep running like a soul.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody must have touched my soul. 'Cause there ain't no stopping till it's all. I wanna get up out my chair.
All right, viewers, I'm shaking. I'm shaking. That was exciting. Oh my goodness, I have literally no idea what to say because I am shaking. I was extremely excited. My stomach was in my hands. I couldn't always You get to do this every day, and you're so calm. As you saw in the interview with Mr. Stewart earlier, he was so calm and cool, very quiet, very introverted like, and he does this. Oh my goodness. So Mr. Darren, what is it like to be doing this all the time?
It's an unexplainable feeling. It's like a feeling like no other. It takes all your worries, all your stress away. Yeah, this is something else.
And folks, again, I mean, as we're out here doing a lot of these adventurous things all the time, and one theme that comes up is that finding that thing that gives you that mental breathing space. It's so important, and as he mentioned, it gives you that time to relax, and and yeah. So if I'm a little bit shaky for words right now, it's because my body is a little bit shaky. It was really exciting. I am happy that you took me. This is the first time I've gone drifting, in case you all don't know, and I am rambling now, so I should probably wrap this up. But viewers, thank you for viewing, and I think that I am putting you back because I lost my earpiece in the whole affair. So if you guys are trying to talk to me from studio, I'm sorry, I'm unable to hear you right now, but I'm going back to you in studio. And yeah, that's it from me, Candace Jackson. I'm Bacalat Grounds.
This day in Tobago history. Did you know that on February 17, 1934, the Tobago Times did a carnival wrap-up talking about the way King Carnival held court for Carnival Monday and Tuesday of that year. According to the Scarborough-based newspaper, the Tobago Times, 88 years ago today, the Tobago Carnival scene marked improvement from past years with many more bands than former years, a higher tone among spectators, and generally good behavior. In fact, the article relayed that at no time during the two-day merriment, that was Carnival Monday, February 12th, and Carnival Tuesday, February 13th, did police find any difficulty in controlling the surging crowd that made its way into Scarborough. Monday passed off tamely, the article began, stating that masqueraders seemed to be reserving their energy and costumes to make a proper display on Tuesday. All kinds of vehicles started to pour into Scarborough. People chanting peculiar ballads and in some cases, mournful ditties. By midday, the paper said the town was ablaze of riotous colors. King Carnival was now fittingly enthroned. His supporters thereafter committed themselves to all the terrifying orgies and noise, and the multitude of peculiar costumes that go to satisfying King Carnival's majestic pleasure. Some of the bands made a departure in dress from the regular get-up of former years, while Indians and devils predominated. One gentleman created much laughter by his appearance in priestly garb, giving the revelers license to enjoy themselves. The speech band, with their historical cock hats, were very much in evidence. At 3 o'clock on Tuesday, the bands marched past the Tobago Times office to take part in the 2 competitions organized by the paper. Belgian boys dressed in the native attire of Belgium in a decorated lorry were awarded the first prize for Best Dressed Band. The second competition was a singing competition for the best song and was judged by L.A. Peters, L. Carter, and Gio Daniel. 3 bands took part in this competition, resulting in a tie for first place between Shamrock of Mason Hall and Metro of Scarborough. Later in the afternoon, the masqueraders paraded along the streets, dancing and shouting themselves hoarse. Decorated vehicles added a touch of glamour to the afternoon amusement. At night, there were dances all over the town. The article ended with this poetic paragraph. As midnight approached, King Carnival was sumptuously feted, and at the stroke of 12, he laid his scepter and crown aside. His short reign had come to an end. The revelers sought their homes with weariness of limbs, but gladdened hearts to plan for the next coming. And so, King Carnival held court but a short while ago, vanished for another mystic spell. My name is Devon Adana. This has been This Day in Tobago History. Back to you in studio.
So much, Devon Adana. Always an interesting time with you and This Day in Tobago History. Viewers, just before we get into our next interview, I want to take the opportunity to say just a couple words. Now, viewers, we are a media house, and we're not here to play pat a cake. We're here to treat with the issues of Trinidad and Tobago. And some questions that we pose will be to your liking, and some will not be to your liking. And it's just a part of who we are. Our business is about getting the answers from those who have the answers. In that instance, just a little while ago, Mr. Duke was the one with the answers. It's not what you do always, but sometimes how you do what you do. It is our job to get the answers for those who have the questions. We are in a position to ask the questions that you cannot ask for yourselves. So, we are chatting this morning at this time with Ms. Khadija Ali Samool. Yes, viewers, and we are talking about the Tower of Power movement. Khadija is the visionary founder of Tower of Power movement. Good morning and welcome to you, Khadija.
Good morning, Ria. Thank you so much for having me on
It's
the show
nice
today.
to have you on the program.
Yes.
You seem a little nervous.
I'm fine.
Okay, good. Don't worry. If you're nervous, it's a good thing. I've always been told. Okay. Now, Khadija, let's start off. You're talking about, in fact, you are the visionary founder of a non-profit organization, and we're talking Tower of Power movement. Tell us about Tower of Power.
Tower of Power movement, it's an NGO that's geared to really empowering young people and having adult mentorship programs within Tobago, within Trinidad. I've reached as far as Florida, New York, and but we really want to concentrate on building and empowering young people in Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago.
How long has this organization been in existence?
It's been in existence since April 2019.
All right. Remind me again, what prompted this?
Okay, so what prompted this was when I attended the John Maxwell leadership training in Florida in 2019. And when I came back home from that leadership conference, I was on fire to do more for Tobago. So that's just what I did, I went in prayer and I dream a lot, right? So basically the dream was to come back home and do something great for the people of Tobago. Mm-hmm. And my mom and dad were really hard workers. They lived their dreams and made their dreams come true. And it started when my mom came to me and said, Khadija, now is your time to be on stage and do more for people. So that's basically just how it was birthed. Mm-hmm. And the name, she actually told me, it is your time to be a tower of power for people. And that is where I got the name from, basically, yes.
Did you always see yourself doing this? I mean, I've seen you in the background. I've never seen you to the forefront. Yeah. But is this something that you saw yourself doing with your life?
I did not. I always knew that I loved to encourage people. But in this large area, I never really thought it would come true. I mean, but, dreaming is always good. And I made this dream come true, yes.
Tell us how Tower of Power can assist young persons.
Right. So we have a lot of empowerment programs, which is the John Maxwell Global Youth Initiative. It's held every April and October. It's free for all youth. We have the I Choose program, which is values-based, and it is geared to really building your character as a person because, we want to empower young people so that they could live these values and become better, become who they want to be in life. And it has really been proven to work. Yes, I've seen it change lives. When we have programs, young people will come and they would text me and they would say, thank you so much. It has really changed my life. And they actually go towards, they take action. It's not about just, you learn something and that's it. Follow-up is important with us. And that's what I do. Make sure and follow up. Yeah.
How is Tower of Power structured?
Okay, so it's structured. We have a lot of subsidiaries. So the subsidiaries are different programs, which is I Choose. We have basically the directors are my sisters, Carrie Ann and Kadeen Ali Samul.
That's right. Keep it in the family.
Yes, definitely. So we are structured that way, and we basically engage other NGOs and other leadership personnel within Trinidad and Tobago to come and join with us to empower others, to really get mentorship out there because it is needed. It is needed in our society for young people these days. Yeah?
Yeah. More young men or more young women? Who do you see coming forward more?
Women come forward more. But I think that men need more programs for men.
Yes.
I really believe that. And we're working on that. Yes.
Okay. Now, we're talking young persons. Between what ages?
We go as low as from 12, 13, just when you enter in high school, to 25. It's a broad range, but we have different programs for the children that are now going into high school, that are now coming out of high school. For instance, in 2019, we had a very large program called the Trinidad and Tobago What's Next National Youth Empowerment Program. And it was geared to helping people that now come out of high school to really find what their passion is. So we want people to discover their passion and their purpose and really push forward to making it happen.
Right. Now, there are guidance counselors attached to the secondary schools. Is there a way that you can partner with them in terms of what you are able to expose young people to? I mean, we have a lot of young persons who are in the background, very shy, not knowing what they want to do with their futures. Guidance counselors, as I mentioned, are there for that. But I also believe what your organization is doing is able to contribute to that. Is there a way of collaborating?
Yes, there is. And I have reached out to the Division of Education last year, and they have had some positive responses. So I'll be working with them. That's the plan.
So, Khadija, what would you like the public to be aware of as it relates to Tower of Power?
Right. So I would like you guys to know that we are here for you. If you would like to discover your purpose and find what it is you were born to do, John Maxwell says that there are 2 great days in a person's life. The day you were born and the day you discover why. So if you want to find your why, your passion, you need to call us, let us know. We could have a one-on-one interview with you and really help you to bring out what is inside. We all have greatness inside of us. And a lot of people are shy to bring that out. And that is what we do. We help you bring it out.
And how can persons contact you?
They can contact me on 713-TOPM, that is Tower of Power Movement. That's our number, and you can contact us via email, and we have a website, www.towerofpowermovement.com.
All right. Yes. Khadija, it was a pleasure chatting with you this morning.
Thank you. It was a pleasure being here.
Our pleasure. Not, maybe in the future we'll see a little bit more of you.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, nice. All right. So thank you so much, viewers. Lots more coming up on the Tobago Updates morning show. So remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards.
Welcome to Tobago Update Sports. I'm your boy Marcus Daniel. Thank you.
Trinidad and Looms has
remains when
the public is
nobody lives here. Oil and gas exploration continues to affect the livelihood.
Spearsides Marine
In
Tobago fishermen.
When will the
Sion
Francis hospital be fully functional?
Of the 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. window
Still find
at the islands
treasures like the golden
continue
waterfall
to rise in Tobago.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
The Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development is inviting all stakeholders to participate in virtual public consultations on the redevelopment of Scarborough this February and March. Join the lead architect and other experts in discussions on Wednesday the 23rd of February and Wednesday the 2nd and 9th of March from 5 to 7 p.m. Register for the Zoom platform via Facebook at spc.tgo or DIQUD Works. Call or WhatsApp 73Works or 739-6757. Stay tuned to our Facebook pages and the media for details on live streaming. These consultations are powered in part by B-Mobile. Life is on.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show. This is our final segment here, coming to you live from the Port Mall in Scarborough. I want to send my thanks this morning to Checkpoint. And just in case you're wondering, what skeet like you're putting on a little size, how I see the purple in that shirt? No, it's not ill-fitted. This is the design of the shirt. Give me a close-up here. So the neck is designed unusual, not necessarily my thing, but I said let me give it a try this morning and Checkpoint in terms of connecting. Certainly, I must say it looked much more than I anticipated. 639-5148 indicator from boys to men, Upper Main Street in Scarborough. So I want to thank Checkpoint again for joining our sponsorship lineup here at the Tobago Updates morning show.
Definitely, definitely.
Yes, when I saw it at first, I said, I'm not sure, you know, Mr. Elias, I'm not sure. You know, and the staff gives you that cheer on and encouragement. It's really an experience there at Checkpoint.
Definitely, but I love how you started. Oh, you started off by saying, Julian, you look like you're putting on it.
No, you know the thing when they see the color here is because it's ill-fitted. No, it's not. This is the design.
Oh, God, I'm having some, thank you so much, the hair this morning. Let me just say thank you so much again to Hair Sanctuary, located right here, first floor, Port Mall. Yeah, that's first floor, Port Mall. And you can visit them for all your hair accessories, all your hair needs. And these hair, let me see if I get it. Hair accessories, these here. Your braids, weaves, wigs, extensions, everything hair related. Hair Sanctuary this morning. To Her Perfection, Kiana Jones, and Mateo's. Let me tell you something, Mateo's. And I'm wearing my Mateo's sandals this morning. Let me just say, and you can look forward to another one tomorrow. So we've got an exciting show. Today is Thursday, is it not?
Yes, Rhea. So tomorrow we are heading out, folks. We are connecting, Tobago Updates. We try to always meet and greet with you. We are in Grafton area tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be at Waves Restaurant and Bar. Pass by, shout us out, say a hello, say a hi. The Tobago Updates team, the show is going to be coming to you live from Waves Restaurant and Bar tomorrow, Friday. Yes, we're going into the Carnival energy. All right, so we're looking forward to having you join us. And if you live in that area, Pass by, viewers, pass by. We're going to connect for a bit. Thank you so much for your continued love and support. Ria, any quick shout-outs this morning? Oh, I have to shout out this morning on the live. My very good friend, and she gives me a bit of trouble at times. Lisel James. Ria, by the time, you know when you call people, you know people in TSTT, whether it's Woods, whether you call Mauricia, whether whoever, you know what. I called Lisel first yesterday when I had challenges. People, yes. I said, what is happening with my data? In fact, Ria, I couldn't even say what's happening. By the time she answered the phone, yes, Julian, we're having challenges. There's an issue in Trinidad. But thank you so much for the continued love and support and keeping us updated. Lisel James, morning to you. Latoya Anderson, Teresa Allen, everyone joining us on the live this morning. Thank you so much. Reynolds Stewart, I see you out there. I see you on the inside this morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right, well, we're going to leave it there for today. Thank you so much, viewers, for joining us. We always have fun with you here at the Tobago Updates Morning Show, and tomorrow is going to be no different. So we're looking forward to being with you. So, viewers, stay safe. Remember to wear your mask, sanitize, and socially distance.
Hey, I'm now seeing the cuffs as well, Ria. The cuffs also. Checkpoint.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place.